took forever. Trying to get all... Oh, I know. And the last of thing it goes is the lights. Which lights? So, welcome to the Stars of David campaign, baby. Come on. We are going to be on an adventure. Now, my side chain doesn't seem to be working as much as I like, but that's okay. We'll manually turn it down. So, what is this all about? Art against anti-Semitism. Well, it's somewhat of a crazy story. I came from Paris, right? And I was kind of, making a name for myself over there in private exhibitions, and studied, hung out at the Louvre every Sunday. Used to be free museum day. Every first Sunday of the month used to be free museum day. Anyway, came back to Chicago, get my paperwork all straight for my daughter and everything, and I'm a little bit green here, so I'm going to hit this filter really quick, if you'd excuse me. Yeah, and so all these moving parts, there we go, a little bit less filter. Alright, and a little bit more, less spill, so I get the green out of there. You know what I'm saying? Alright, anyways, so where was I? Yes, so came back, and there was this mural in this local community just out of Chicago, where I was staying. I entered a portrait of, it's a big, huge DEI community, right? And so they've got a charter in the village, DEI, this and that. So, okay, so what am I going to paint? I'm not a big, sort of DEI type dude, but I decided, man, Marlene Dietrich was like the original DEI sort of gender bender movie star, and so compared to all the other sort of cartoonish work, I figured a nice, good-looking portrait would really be cool. Got rejected once, twice, 3 times, put it all together, and they made me chase my rejection, which was irritating. But the most irritating thing was I was going around the community saying, hey, man, this is what I'm doing. And this one leader in the art community says, can I stop you? You're in mid-pitch. He was like, love the portrait, love what you're doing. And he says, you don't have a snowball's chance in hell. Exactly, that's what I said. I was, what are you saying? He says, this is a community that is pro DEI, pro all of this stuff. They're anti your pictures. He told me your picture's too sexy, she's too gorgeous, she's too pro-Israel, and worst of all, she's way too white. This community hates white people. I was just like, excuse me. So I thought he was nuts, but it turned out that he was correct. And I went around the community and says, yeah, this is, the way it is around here. So it inspired me to say something with my art. And it took a while for me to put everything together, especially to get the, you know, all of this crazy stuff done here. So I'm going to play you a video I made, and then we're going to like go into like painting. We're going to actually paint, and I'll show you my style. So this is oh well, here I'll go here first. Where is it? I think we're here. Yeah, okay. So here I'm gonna put my gloves on because I don't like fingerprints all over my work. Work hard to put this. So this is a painting, right? On the back is my signature down there when it was painted, so on and so forth. I'm trying to get my camera and everything here set up, so it's all pretty. And this is going to be an NFT, and one day somebody's person's name is going to be up there. The painting usually itself is $9 a centimeter squared for black and white, and 12 for color. This, because it's slated to be an NFT, is will be much more than that. This is more of a different deal. Anyways, so I'm gonna show you how the painting went together. So I'll start it out here. And you start out, this is how I always start out, with the painting upside down, and you'll see what I mean in a second. It's gridded out, and I'm filling in the grid. I'll show you that later. And then at the right point, turn it like that. Yeah, baby. Best part. let's give a round.
This is the classical artist painting method for executives.
The classical artist painting method for executives. Cap M eggs, baby. So this is what I wanted to show you.
Most people have no.
Oops, we got a commercial.
Best way to
We
make
can
money
get rid of that. All right. And oops, and we got the full screen there too. So what I want to do, I want to go here. Right. Okay, so this is a wood panel. Can you see the? I don't know if it's gonna show the grain. And the Mona Lisa is wood panel. I forgot what I wanted to show you. Okay, so this is a technique I developed for getting the job done. It is sort of, kind of, a little bit what like muralists do to cut the piece down into its component parts, and I'll show you that right here. So we can put the music back on. Okay. How we doing? Little music behind the scenes. All right, so we're here. All right, so you start out like that, upside down, and what we do here is we just want to destroy any reality. Even though we're doing a realistic portrait, we don't want to paint eyes and noses and mouths, because we know what an eye and what a nose and what a mouth is. And so, oops, sorry. And so by removing that knowledge, right? Trying to remove, you don't want to draw lips. You want to just paint the tones and put the tones in the right places. And it sounds easy, but it's really the foundation of this method of realistic painting. And so you start out like that, you break it down to its most lightest lights and darkest darks, and then you squint your eyes. So if you squint your eyes, what is the most lightest light of the whole thing there? And the most lightest light is there. These gloves are really too small. I think that deserves a chuckle. All right, so yeah, and so you keep it like that, and then I'm bringing more light in as we go. Then eventually you turn it around, and if you do need guidelines still to measure from, you can, keep the guidelines there. This is sort of a PowerPoint thing that I came up with, to speed things up for people who are new to the whole thing. Because placement and tone is where it's at. And so you might be wondering, what's the connection to the Jewish culture? Well, Marilyn Monroe, to marry Arthur Miller, became a member of the Jewish faith, and she was at the top of her game when this this image was taken right around Some Like It Hot. So if we're talking about cross-dressing and trans and all that business, she was right up in there in the forefront like Marlene Dietrich. All right? So we're going to paint. Now this, I'm going to show you the little video I made of Marlene Dietrich. And we're going to, in honor of our girl. Okay, I can take this glove off now. Oops. There we go. Lock it in. Oops. Oh, sorry. It's a calamity. All right. Okay, so let's see how that looks. Yes, so we're gonna be painting this image of Marlene Dietrich right there. There's also a wood panel. And but before, I'm gonna play you a little video I created with a little help from my friends in the artificial intelligence community. So here we go. I try my best, gave you my love, but you just push me away, watch me fall, scream and shout. My heart's on fire, but you don't even hear, you don't admire. I'm not good enough, it's crystal clear. You keep me locked up in this prison fear. When I wanna sleep, bleed for you, but it's never enough, nothing I'll do. I'm a mess of contradictions, a walking disaster. You're a flame, but I just burn faster. I'll tear these walls, I'll break the chains, but you'll still find a way to drive me insane. All right. And so I'm going to be raising money for this campaign. So there's going to be all kinds of one-of-a-kind prints of different sizes that are affordable, right? Because the bigger prints will cost thousands. These will cost hundreds. So people can participate. Like, if you were interested in, like, all right, you know, it's a very controversial subject that we're dealing with this whole anti-Semitism thing, because they're trying to take the Jewish culture. And this is what irritates me beyond words, is they're trying to stereotype the Jewish culture into that of the white colonialist male. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're trying to do. And it's just like, you know, Queers for Palestine. The stupidity is just so monumental that it's a perfect leverage point, right? It's so stupid and so void of any historical or intellectual foundation that to attack it with art is a beautiful thing, because the goal is to get a community of people where we have exhibitions, we're raising money, we want to create murals and NFTs of the golden age of cinema movie stars, and just have just glamorous, awesome, high-end fun. And it will make these anti-Semites go absolutely mental. Yes, that's what we're hoping. All right, so that's the goal of this campaign, is to create that hysteria in the brains of all the people who are trying to turn the Jewish culture into the toxic white male thing. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so we're gonna paint together. And yes, I'm gonna paint. I don't even know. Should I put on my... I'm not really worried about my suit. I'm just kind of worried about if a paint splatter gets on my lap, because you know, as I'm moving across the body here, that could happen. So, all right. So I usually like to have my and so this is my, just so you know, this is kind of what took me so long to... I've been trying to put this together for... I'm like 6 weeks late on this initiative that deserves a laugh. Anyways, so I had to figure out how to get all this audio sort of stuff combined. So if I'm gonna turn up the music, right? Now as I talk, you hear the music go down, correct? And that's called a sidechain effect, or some people call it ducking, audio ducking. And so this took me a good while to sort of figure out, and I've got the OBS sort of organizing everything. My mic seems a little bit hot. Maybe I can bring it down just a touch. And this is the... we don't need this. This is the task manager. So I'm running hot. Firefox is taking the majority of the processes here, and Firefox is this, which is Restream right down here. And then this is my area where I do this, and everything I have in this area comes up so I can talk about it in different formats there. So that's kind of the landscape, what took me so freaking long. And I've got Spotify here with all this royalty free music, and I think we're ready to go. I think maybe we could have some applause for that, right? And what am I doing? Oh, okay, so I'm going here, and then I need to go like this. There we go. Marlene Dietrich, baby. And like I said, we like to start with the image upside down. And if you're watching right now, feel free to say hello in the chat. It's always good to know that the audio is working. I think that deserves. Oh, I don't have the. I have to put the S. There we go. So I have to take this, copy it, and put it into this scene here. Let's see if we can do that. All right, it is here. All right, cool. So, what's good about tonal painting is it's so ridiculously organized, and all you need is, in the green screen, ivory black and titanium white and something to mix it on. And so I like to use glass, and I usually have a palette right here that we're gonna try this and see what happens. So this is the deal, baby. All right, I'm excited. Okay, so you take a little bit of dark like that, and then you take a little bit, and so this is a very organized way of painting, and we're the new golden age of everything, and this ugly, horrific modern art, ridiculous modern art, is art of the great stupid. So you don't want to be totally associated with art of the great stupid. Right? So, well, all right, like that. And then all we do is we put and always light into dark, right? And so we do that. And we're looking for a tone that's about half. And that's the basic fundamental story of how to paint realistically. And then you just go darker here, lighter here, and you can keep breaking it down into more divisions. I usually just do between 5 and 7 divisions of grade in tone, and then if it's color, you just use the same process except with the different colors that you're going to be using. If you're going to be painting outdoors, you're going to be using greens and blues and cooler colors. If you're going to be painting portraits in color, you're going to be using warmer tones. And that's basically the... Oh, I forgot. I usually have... I usually have tons of paper towels laying around, which I don't have. So we're just going to use improvise here. And scraps of paper can do. Once again, if you're watching, just shout out with a big hello. Let me know. And there we go. The paper's working good. Maybe I'll switch to paper. Anyways, so that is kind of the rundown, but if you look here, we're not going to need grays and different tones. We're just going to need black and white. And so if you can see, I'll move it closer, it does have pencil lines. And I should have made them darker for you, but they can be a pain to they can be a pain to get rid of. All right, so if let's see, slideshow settings. We're going to start from the first slide, which is this, but we are going to okay, mouse as a pen. There we go. All right, we're good. So we'll just start painting here, but what I try to do is I try to get rid of any type of thing that looks like a face. So this here, I'm going to imagine like a little doggy wolf monster with an eyeball here, crazy ears over there, and some sort of hand type thing coming out here. Or you could go here. There's a smiley dolphin with a mask on. See, there's the dolphin eye. There's the dolphin's nose. Oh, maybe the seal, right? And so you create with a bad toupee. I think a seal with a bad toupee is pretty funny. Anyway, so let's clear the erase of it. Alright, so let's get to painting, man. And it goes like this. You want different size brushes. So as you get, excuse me one moment. There we go. So let's see. Where are we? Gotta go like that. There we go. So, right, start out with the biggest size, and then as we go down, go to a medium size, then we go to a smaller size. So, if you want a brush pretty much for each tone, so if you set up yourself with 5 different gradients in tone, you'd want 5 different large brushes, 5 different mediums, and five different smaller ones, which means a lot of brush cleaning. So, you know, it is a craft and you need to be neat. You can't be a slob, because the days of slob hippie painting are over. So I'm taking my palette here. I'm making sure I got some nice music, right? And so let's, right? We talked about this area here, right? This little doggy, dolphin-y thing. So let's just try to all right, so one for black, one for white. Let me get over here. All right, so we're just gonna go right in here, and what I do is I mentally draw a line like that, inside this area. So if we did, it's right there. So if we did that, it would be, comes up almost to the top there. Right. Comes back this way, and I've got a little bit of a little bit of mineral spirits, and so we just kind of you see where I'm going with that, right? And then we would take out, we could actually fill this whole thing in with white and then cut it in with black, but I'm just trying to get my technique, because I gotta worry about the mic, move the mic, and all this stuff you're not used to doing when you're right. And so I'm kind of being aware of the negative shapes as well, and you want to be you want to paint the whole canvas at once. You want to stay as loose as you can for as long as you can. And once again, as I move around the canvas, I'm mentally breaking up the square into manageable parts and just basically getting a very sort of rough. Oh, I was going to fast motion this, but we'll set that up next time. All right. So all these things. And then we're going to be contacting people using a very interesting format. We want to be contacting 100 people a day. That's the goal. Whether we get there or not, we don't know. Oops, see all these things you think about. That deserves a laugh. Where's my laughter? Does anybody hitting the mic with the... And then there's also this mic on the camera. I should maybe turn that on. Anyways. So yeah, it feels good to paint. Been too much. I have to figure out how to put the prints in a store format, so when someone purchases them, they, the whole store thing, one of a kind prints. And this comes all the way up here, right? And if you're interested in learning this technique, it's really mindful type of painting, because you're not caught in this ridiculous thing of, oh, I'm going to paint my emotions. What color feels like toxic white male oppression? I don't know. See, you don't have to do any of that. And once again, if you're watching, let me know you see me, because this is gonna be lots of fun. What you see now will one day be on a building somewhere, some part of the world. And it'll be our secret, because I have to I can't see with the cameras in the way. Yeah, because we're going to be having this awesome time just talking and celebrating the courage of Jewish film stars and producers and playwrights. It's an irrefutable fact that Puritan Christian money or Islamic fundamentalist money could never, ever in a million years create the diversity and inclusion that what we saw in so very early on in the golden age of cinema. And everybody talks about Al Jolson black-faced. Al Jolson and the whole blackface thing was a way of giving respect. The Beatles should have been wearing blackface. Rolling Stones should be wearing blackface. Elvis, of anybody, should have been wearing blackface, because they just took the music without any shout out back to the culture from where it came. So we're going to be painting Al Jolson. We're not going to be ashamed of the blackface. No. It was these Jewish performers and producers who embraced the music and the beat that changed the world. Without their influence and without their respect of black culture, we'd be listening to How Much Is That Doggy in the Window? Come on. So, back to painting. Oops, that's the thing, sir. So, yeah. This. And so I'm going to have to get another solution, but this is. You don't have to have a big setup, all right? This is how big of a palette that I'm using. You don't need a lot of space, and you can see I've got an apron on, but I'm not throwing paint all over hell. I'm at my desk. I've got my brushes organized, and it's a way that a craftsperson approaches his work. And like anybody who okay, so a little touch more. I can't believe I forgot. I usually have a ton of towels. All right. And by doing it this way, we are quickly, so like this area that looks like a shoe, all right? So what we want to do is we want to put this shoe right there, and if we look, we cut these areas in half. We see that shoe kind of. Oh, we've got a commercial going on, and Spotify. That's cool. Someone's got to pay the bills, you know what I'm saying? So this is about halfway there. So we just throw it in there. It's about halfway there. So get the shoe going. How's that shoe coming along? Then cut in what? Man, it feels good to get on the painting thing again. I have no idea what this actually looks like in the broadcast. Anyways. Drawing my monsters here that we were talking about. Okay. Oh, right. We need some more titanium one, baby. Yeah. Okay. And so, yeah, Stars of David. Now, Marlene Dietrich was a fierce. So why I chose to sort of celebrate this. I gotta moving. So why Marlene Dietrich? She was a huge movie star, and then of German descent, so her legacy is one about courage, because she was Dietrich was did like 500 shows, right? So the Americans come through Normandy in the north, and then they repelled the German forces behind the Siegfried Line, which is basically the border of Germany. So the Germans had these huge fortress-like areas built up in defense. And so the Allied forces just kind of stopped there. And Marlene Dietrich, during those months of inactivity, was there every day with the troops, eating with the troops, sleeping in the foxholes or whatever. And then the Germans created this massive offensive, Battle of the Bulge, so on and so forth. And she was caught up in that whole thing. And Patton gave her a gun. He says, if you ever get overrun, shoot the son of a bees. He said, the son of a take some down, And so she was given the Medal of Honor in Israel, lighted the flame of the forgotten soldier, I believe, in Israel. And so her story spans, all these people talking crap about Israel and the whole Palestine thing after October 7th, right? Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's a tough guy. But she, Dietrich, went in with her own money, gave money from some of her pictures to help refugees escape Hitler. So she put her money where her mouth was. And that's why you can talk about courage, you can talk about immigration, you can talk about being a movie star, and using your influence for, there's all kinds of ways to approach this subject of anti-Semitism and courage and so on and so forth through the story of Marlene Dietrich. So we're going to be celebrating her and learning more about the Siegfried line, and because when you see, this is a perfect example. This little piece, it looks like a little tiny corner, but actually it's almost taking up this entire. So you want to do this? No, you got to bring it all the way over. And all the way like that. It's not that apparent. And the reason why this is necessary, because usually you have the thing you're painting the same size. You size it up at the same size, and so because they're different sizes, the computer screen, right? So this is my computer. I'm working off of this. Where are you, man? Come on. Move, right? So this is a relatively small area, like it's about the size of my hand, right? And so it's literally twice the size is what I'm looking at. So that's why it's good to have all of these guides, so you can make quick assessments. Come on, I'm gonna have to weight down this. See how it's moving? See how it's moving? So this is good. All these things I'm learning how to paint while broadcasting. See, I'm changing the paintbrushes up here. That's gotta change. We'll figure it out. All right, and so there's this sort of thing happening right there. Good. We're doing good, man. We're using some paint, baby. All right. And so, if you're interested in learning more about the Stars of David campaign, right, as we celebrate the Jewish culture through the American Jewish culture, in particular through the lens of Golden Age cinema stars, right? There will be an opportunity to, yeah, you see this thing is moving. I gotta weight it down. All right. So, yes. Exhibitions, murals, NFTs, one-of-a-kind posters and prints, and just ridiculous amounts of fun, right? And what is our purpose? We want us to be having so much fun that anti-Semitic people who hate white people and who hate Jewish people, they end up like this. With lots of this, right? Oh my God! You painting white people? Are you painting white people? That's right. That's what we're doing. We want hysteria for all those people, river to the sea people. We want to make them go completely mental. We want them to be like, you can't be having so much fun at our expense. Oh my God, I'm oppressed. Right? And so you can't do that with art that's crappy art, right? You can only really have ridiculous amounts of envy from like museum quality portraits. That's where we're going, right? Museum quality portraitures, the kind that Da Vinci and Velasquez were famous for painting. So yeah, if you're watching this, shout out. This is the Stars of David campaign, where we will be painting masterworks which we're going to be used to bootstrap an initiative to paint murals, launch NFTs, and have exhibitions worldwide of Golden Age cinema stars, which celebrate the American Jewish contribution to diversity and inclusion, man. The Jewish culture were the OGs of that world. And once we get that out into the world, it's going to make a lot of people lose their freaking small, ridiculous minds. All right. So now I'm keeping my eyes squinted, and so I'm learning the canvas. So my arm is outstretched. Usually I'm painting much closer, but my arm is outstretched, which means there's a little bit of fatigue going on. So I'm gonna have to, if we're gonna be painting like on a Sunday together, like all day on a Sunday, we're gonna have to figure some other thing out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I could have primed this, beforehand with some gesso, some thick, overpriced white paint. I think we can have a laugh for that. Where's my laughter? There it is. I just don't feel complete without a laugh track. Come on, where's my shoe? Does it look like a shoe yet? Not like that. Okay, so you guys get the idea, right? This is the process. This is older than the printing press right? They figured this out a long time ago. All right. So now the power of this is crazy. Because, all right, how do I have this? Do I have this set up like this? Yeah. Okay, so this took like, I don't know, a half an hour. This is called a block-in. Gotta rock the block-in, man. And so drum roll, please. Okay. Isn't that awesome? So just right there, you're getting the basic shapes. Just the very basic shapes that will slowly take form. And as we look over here, right? Isn't that amazing? Like Warhol would be like, okay, done. Okay, so we can get rid of all of this. Erase all ink, all slide, and we can end the show. All right. And so now, the second stage, once we feel comfortable that we've got our, so let's get it kind of like the same size. So you can see my little here, right? I need to adjust it a little bit, but you can see the shapes. They're pretty much in the neighborhood, and you just gotta tighten up the shapes, and then you can start putting in your other colors. Alright, so wants me to click on the, come on, change, jeez. So you can we're gonna start adding the midtones, all right? And so basically you look and you see, like, squint your eyes, right? Where is, we'll get, so there's more light. So where's the light? This is obviously here, right? The lightest light. So here's the darkest dark. You just blast that in with more dark. And then if this is the darkest dark, that you know that this here is just a little bit lighter. All right, just a little bit lighter. And then you go on with a little bit lighter. And the hard part is you just don't want to be painting lips, man. No lips allowed. You just want to be painting shapes. That's all you want to be doing there. Okay. And then eventually, you know, you get closer and closer and start to detail in the feathers, and this is going to be so much fun. All right. When I look at something to paint, I am gonna love painting this. See, all these little tiny dark accents are gonna make this thing just explode with coolness, man. Explode with coolness. let's give it up. And soon, I don't know how long this will take me, depends on how tight I want to get. And then it'll look like that, and that face will be on a building someday, or a mural, or an NFT, or in your home, if you so choose. And so, wow, that was awesome. It took me a long time to get to this point. So it is a little bit somewhat uncomfortable to sort of paint and talk, and I'm gonna have to get closer to the painting, which means I'm gonna have to adjust the mic and adjust the camera so I don't disappear. And so yeah, that was great. And I'm gonna play you the post, the mural that got rejected, and this image is soon going to be on a site, so you can get these museum quality prints that you can have, and it'll have a QR code. And so this is the whole thing that's been taking so long, is trying to understand the power of what's available, and then actually deciding on something, because it's almost infinite what you can offer, right? And so as I'm painting, the prints will be at a reduced price while I'm live, and you can be a part of this movement and have a keepsake without paying thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars to be a part of what we're doing. All right, so we can bring the sound down. We can go like, oops, oh my goodness. Okay, I saw. All right, I've been muted this whole time. No. All right, we're good. So we're gonna play the video one more time, and this is sort of the history and what motivated me to do what I'm doing, because I just couldn't believe that this DEI craziness was sort of code for anti-Semitism. I experienced it, man. It's like, really? Well, let's have some fun and tear it a new a-hole, if you know what I'm saying. All right, so here we go, and then we'll call it a show for today. All right, thanks a lot.
Nothing
All right, so that's a real painting. It has a real history. And these are real museum quality prints that will be on sale. And they even get this cute, this small. So you can be a part of this movement at an affordable lots of show and tell here, man. So you can be a part of this campaign at an affordable price. Yeah, and so, it'll be like, Grandpa, Grandma, Ma, Dad, what did you do during this wave of anti-Semitism and DEI embarrassment to humanity? What was your thing? And you're like, well, hey, this artist learned with his Louvre-inspired method, travels from Chicago to Paris. This dude has got this campaign, and these are his paintings, and I decided to invest. And you'll have something that will be passed down for year after year, generation after generation, that you made a stand with art that's beautiful, that has a historical sort of impact and resonance in history, and a subject matter that celebrates how the American Jewish culture, through the golden age of cinema, changed the world, exporting diversity and inclusion before Israel was even a state. So that's a beautiful thing. And so don't be afraid during these broadcasts, because now that I've got a feel for what I need, it's just a matter of setting the time every day. And so we'll be painting and shouting out every day of the week until we reach our goal, which is to have some of the most ridiculous DEI busting fun that can ever be imagined. All right. Well, thanks for watching this inaugural. I'm a little bit delayed in here, so some words are difficult to pronounce. Inaugural. There it is. Inaugural broadcast where we're painting together live, man. What'd you think? Was it cool? In my secret bat cave, somewhere between Paris and Chicago. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. All right. Au revoir.